Welcome to the Seaman Podcast, a show where artists and musicians with an axe to grind throw things deep into the abyss of the Seaman. Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all gets dumped on the trash! How's it going, guys? Welcome to the motherfucking Seaman Podcast. It's me, everyone's favourite, big, voluptuous, delicious Chungus, the Right Reverend of the Pentecostal Church of the Seabin, and Bigfoot's big tasty dish on the side. It's Big Thinny Taste Tano himself, the man with 1,000 nicknames. And I know what you're thinking, Simon, 2 weeks in a row? I know, we're going old school. Almost like I have some sort of semblance of a schedule. And basically, you know, new year, new me, you know. I'll probably fuck it off next week and go back to hibernation. But anyway, it's been a while coming. I remember speaking to this guest at MPF and being like, you know what, you should get a little bin action. And they were like, yeah, I'll get on the bin. And then it was like a year later, and now we're finally getting binned. You might know them as being the high-socked, tartan skirt-wearing, loud, noisy bastard from Smoking Gives You Big Tits. But I know them as Helen Taylor. How's it going?
Hello! What an introduction. Do you have to practice that? That just rolls off the tongue. No,
that was straight from the top of the dome, rock a microphone, freestyler.
Wow, that's talent for you. I'm excited to be here. It has been a long time coming.
It has. Congratulations on your engagement.
Oh, thank you. I know, I feel like a bit like a grown-up.
I know. How did that happen? Did you shit your pants when it happened?
I didn't shit my pants.
You should have.
Sorry. It would have been a good story if I had. No, I mean, we've been quite grown up and sensible about it, so it wasn't really a surprise, although it was lovely and romantic, but it was, it's wonderful news anyway, and unexpected, and I'm happy, which is unusual.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'm still angry, so we still got some stuff for the Seabin that I can be angry about. Not that happy.
Angry yet betrothed.
Yes, wow. But not about being betrothed. No, that's a good bit, you know. But
yeah, that's the good bit. So I have to come clean on something that's been bothering me since the first time I ever met you.
Okay,
right?
I'm ready for it.
Right, so the first time I ever met you, we were playing a show together, I believe in Oldham.
Yes.
Could have been?
Yes.
And I misheard what your band name was.
Oh, okay.
So when Rash were on stage, I said, this song is for Smoking Gun and the Big Tit.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just being clever and funny and giving us, renaming us. No?
No, I just didn't hear it right. And then I read the gig poster later, and I was like, I hope that I die in a car accident on the way home.
You know, when that happened, you know that was our first ever gig.
Fuck off, was it really?
Yeah, that was our first ever gig. And I remember you coming up to us afterwards and telling me that we'd mortally offended a couple at the back of the pub.
Oh, mate, there was a proper old couple that were just, they were not having a good time. They were not having it.
What a gift. I'm so glad that you came to tell us that. So, and I didn't know who you were at that point either. You just came up and went, look, I've got to tell you that when you played your favourite fact about Maggie, that couple at the back just said you were absolutely disgusting. I thought, what a first gig. That's
disgraceful.
That's absolutely wonderful. What are they doing at the Bank Top in Oldham?
I don't know, but yeah, they were like, you know, sipping their G&Ts and just being like, what disgraceful language.
Incredible. Well, you know, I thought when you said that you were just doing your cool reworking words around and had given us a new band name, and I thought, wow, you're just thinking about that off the cuff. So I thought it was quite cool.
I was just a cunt.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. That's fine.
Well,
I hadn't noticed.
I was not so much a cunt, more just, you know, not really hearing. But then again, also my ears
wow.
Are also a bit, you know, bollocks from doing Rash since 2009.
It's fine.
But I should have at least read the poster before I played.
Nah.
And I feel very. I'm still embarrassed about it to this day.
Well,
one of those things where I think back at it and I'm just like, oh, fucking
don't
kill
be.
me.
It's you know what? Nobody else has noticed that. I thought it was cool. And should you read your own posters? Baz, who put us on, he had us on his podcast, and he'd not researched the band. I'm sure he'd seen us, but I think he was in a back room when we were on. It's like, that's the sort of stuff you shouldn't be embarrassed about. Just sloppy podcasting. But that's not you. That's not you. So just don't look back on that and be embarrassed. Look back and think, yeah, it was a cool time. I gave them a cool new name on the spot, and we were impressed.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, well, there you go. But I just needed to own up.
I'm glad that we've sorted this out now, because you've been carrying that round for all that time.
I have. It's been a burden upon me.
We were there thinking, what a cool guy. We could be called that. Great.
No, you were thinking, who's this fucking jackass? Doesn't even know our band name.
We genuinely didn't, and so I don't know.
That's good then.
Well done.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, speaking of things that are awful, including that horrible burden that I've been bearing, shall we start to put some things inside a bin, inside a sea? Let's
put all 4 in, yeah. Let's get on with it and put them all in.
All right, don't
what?
Don't jump the gun. So
I'm just saying,
easy cowboy. You know what I mean?
Just planting that seed.
Are you manifesting a Kit Kat right before my eyes?
That's for you to decide. That's totally up to you. But yes, I am.
I was going to say, you're flipping it around. Like, look, it's your choice.
It's your choice, but that is...
I'll be very sad.
That is what you want to do. Anyway.
Yeah, right. So what's the first thing? What's the first thing for the bin?
Okay, so I want to put in the bin. I don't want to put raisin cookies in the bin. I mean, I do.
Right.
I do. But I'm not going to do that, because I know that some people like cookies with raisins in. What I would like to put in the bin is the way that they are labelled. There is not a strong enough label system for the raisin cookie. I feel that it should, very, very strongly, that you should be able to identify that it's a raisin cookie on site.
Yeah, they should maybe start dyeing it a colour.
I mean, the people who like raisin cookies can decide whatever they want to do. They might want to put like raisins in a circle in the middle, or a cross, or
like hot cross bun, hot cross cookie.
It doesn't have. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a different cookie. It's just so that when you look at it, you can't accidentally bite into it thinking it's a chocolate chip cookie and pretty much ruining your day.
Yeah, because it's a mysterious first bite. Because you bite it and it takes a couple chews before you go, hold on, that chocolate chip is a bit chewy and also tastes like someone put syrup on an old man's toe.
That's it. That's the vibe. And then when you've bitten into it, you don't want to be rude and go, I'm going to put that back now. You've got to carry on and eat all of it, knowing that you don't really want to eat it. And it's not awful, so it's not like I don't like mint chocolate and I can't eat that. So if I bit into like an after 8 minute, I go, oh no, I'm not having that. Whereas a raisin cookie, I go, I don't hate it, so I'm not going to leave it. So I'm going to just carry on having this joyless item that I thought was going to be so full of joy. So I don't want to, I'm sure there's people out there who like raisin cookies, and fine. I don't want to get rid of them for them. I just think they need to label them strongly and correctly so that, people don't bite into them thinking that they're going to be full of joy, and they're not, and they have to continue eating them.
I have a method for this, because I'm also, like a raisin hater, a rater. And what I do is I flip it round and make myself look high and mighty by taking a bite and then going, I can't have any more of this. It's a bit too sweet for me, and I can only have a little bit of sugar, I'm more of a savoury guy. So I have my one bite and I go, and then I go, one bite's enough for me. I'll put this down here. Or maybe I'll have it later. Little do they know, I don't have it later.
Oh, okay. I mean, even that situation's not really. I mean, it still haunt you. It's sat there haunting you until you have to either throw it away, or it's a waste, isn't it? And it should have been. It should have been so much joy. It should have been so much joy, and it's not. And it's not. It's just not good enough that we do this in 2023. Yeah. It's not.
You nearly said 22 then, didn't you?
I did. I was like, what year is it?
I saw you catch that number out of thin air. 2020.
In this day and age, yeah.
I saw the Matrix flashing through your eyeballs.
It happens a lot.
But yeah, no. Just the thing is, right? Raisins should be nice, right? Because they're sweet, I guess. But they're just not. They're just not.
No, they're not. But I don't. There are people who like them. I don't know why, but you know they do, and I think fine. I don't want to rid the world of them because somebody somewhere gets some kind of joy out of them. But I just want to. It's just not for me. You know, live and let live. But don't enforce your raisin cookies on me when you know full well that I'm probably going to think it's full of chocolate chips, and it's not.
Yeah, you know what was gutting is my assistant manager in my work, Sam, she's lovely. She's like she'll just like bring me food. So like when I was really poorly, she brought me a big tray of mac and cheese and was like, I've made you dinner for tonight. Here's some mac and cheese. And then for Christmas, she like made me a little gift bag, and inside that gift bag was some homemade chili oil, lovely jubbly, and a gigantic brick of Rocky Road. But here's the deal.
Oh no.
Rocky Road. No.
It doesn't have it. No.
It's got fucking raisins in it and crayons.
Oh.
Double the dried fruit quotient. So it's, you know, I look at it, and when I saw it, I nearly jizzed my pants because I love chocolate and pretzels, and the cunt is covered in pretzels. And I'm like, you saucy minx, I'm so glad that you're my assistant manager. And then I looked deeper and I saw the ever-telling cross-section of a sliced cran and raisin combination. Oh. And it's just sitting on my desk. It's sitting on my bedside table, still wrapped in its bow. And I'm just like, I can't...
What do you do with that?
I don't know, I'm just looking at it.
You can't... What can you do with it? It causes so much sadness. Maybe we should put raisins in, actually.
Well, raisins are already in.
Oh, are they already? Oh, good. Well, they should be.
As a collective, yeah.
That's a really sad situation. And earlier this week, I had a little... I thought it was a brownie bite thing, and it wasn't. It was like a kind of like a cross between a brownie and a Rocky Road, and it had 2 raisins in. And I thought, oh,
fucking
sweet mother of God, what the... And I ate all of it and hated it, and just thought, God, this is really sad. There's chocolate in this. It should have been, you know, it should have been fun.
I saw my dad just before Christmas, and we just hung out. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to take you up to," because I live, by the seaside. I'm going to take you up. I live by the seaside. I'm going to take you up to the point, and we're going to have an ice cream like we did when we were kids.
Aww.
When I was a kid, well, not when he was a kid. He was 30 when I was a kid. So I got this like it was a Ferrero Rocher ice cream thing.
Oh wow!
Right, but I did not read on the sign that, once again, Rocky Road sneaking in, the ice cream was Rocky Road ice cream.
Uh-oh.
So I take my bite of the ice cream, and the predominant flavour is just like raisin flavour.
No.
And I'm like, why don't you just fucking bend me over and stick it up my arm, you bastard?
It might be more fun, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just give me a bit of cold therapy. But I felt like abused by it.
And I think that's what it is when you are in a situation where, you know, we're all adults here. Here is what appears to be one thing, and then it's something else. You do feel taken advantage of, and that's what I want to stop. I want to stop that disappointed feeling taken advantage of, being misled.
Yeah, I think all things like that should just be correctly labelled or have its own special design. One other anecdote, it's kind of different, but on the similar vein. One time I was in the Czech Republic and I went to a corner shop, bought a pain au chocolat, bit into it, was black bean paste.
Oh my God! What was that? What was that for? Ever? What was it intended to be?
Well, I think some like, you know, Asian desserts, they have like sweet black bean paste in it. I didn't know that was a thing. So I'm biting this and I'm like, hold on, this is a bit beany.
No.
And
I'm really sorry that's happened to you. I am. Have you worked through that? Is that sort of thing you need, it comes back and haunts you?
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to trust pan au chocolat.
That's it, isn't it? It's a trust issue. It is a trust issue as well. You develop trust issues with that when, looks like one thing, it's another.
Yeah, you ever, grabbed a drink sort of mindlessly thinking it was apple juice and it was orange juice? And it ruined your whole life?
I haven't, and I like both. So for me, I'd be like, oh well.
But when you're expecting the sort of sweet crispness of an apple juice, and what you're hit with is the sweet sort of tarts and acidic punchiness of an orange juice, it's a bit of a shock to the system,
I mean, I've got to say, I think because I like both of them, I'd be like, well, I can deal with that. Whereas, if you think it's chocolate and it ends up being a black bean paste, cancel the holiday, take me home. I've had enough of being in where I am, and I need to have a little cry, maybe. On the same with raisins, I just Oh. You didn't have apple juice with it, and then it was actually orange juice, because that could have sent you over the edge.
No, that would have been like
a double whammy.
A proper crisis moment. I would have been at the embassy. But yeah, imagine that. Imagine you go for a pan au chocolat and actually you bite in its pan of raisin.
No, that's what I thought you were going to say. And I thought, them raisins.
No, the black bean paste, even weirder. Well, not weird, but for me, I'm just, a simple Cornishman.
Unexpected. Really, really unexpected. When you have the raisin thing, you go, I've been caught by it again. It's raisins. I knew it. I just knew it. Whereas...
It's Halloween all over again.
Black bean paste in a croissant is... that's cruel.
So it's proper, proper war crime, that.
It is. I'm sorry.
Not fun.
I'm sorry I brought this up for you. It feels like I'm just dredging up trauma for you. I don't know that this is helping.
You should see my leg right now. My knee is bouncing. Just to maintain the composure of, I'm stimming out over here. But I definitely think that how raisin cookies are labelled is a definite C-bin issue.
Yes,
that needs to go in.
Yes.
So listen for the splash.
Yes.
In it goes. From now on, it's just going to be a cookie with the word raisin stamped into it with edible ink or something.
Oh, thank you so much. The world's a better place.
Well, it's definitely less raisiny.
Yes. Or people, it's more consensual raisin consumption, which is
no sneaky raisin.
No. Good.
Not the one. Right, so you got one in. You got the...
so far.
What was the one? Like the Mars bar, whatever. What's number 2? Hit me with it.
Okay, number 2 is when the clocks go forward. So I'm not gonna. We could debate about whether they should go forward and back, whatever. It's not that. It's just when they go forward. So they go forward at the early hours of a Sunday morning, and I would say little to no one benefits from that. Now, I'm not saying that everybody would benefit from them going forward on a Monday at 3 p.m, but I feel like a lot more people would. So most people are either asleep when they go forward on a Sunday morning, or say maybe it's a taxi driver who's working, they miss out on an hour's work, and everyone feels grumpy. It takes ages to get used to the fact that they've gone forward. Whereas if it was a Monday, it would still take time to get used to the fact it's gone forward. But if it's a Monday, 3 p.m, quite a lot of people are in work, skips forward an hour, it's a sweetener. You feel a bit better about having to get used to that time difference.
It's a little kiss. It's less of a kick in the bollocks, more of a kiss.
It is. So why is it early hours of Sunday? When they go back, fine, leave it there. That's fine. You get a bit of extra sleep. But going forward, then it's just. But why? It's stupid.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to say to that. Put it straight in. I can see in your face. You're like, you're right, Helen. Why have we not done this?
The thing is, it makes perfect sense. It just makes sense. Why doesn't it happen? I'm sure there's some reason.
Exactly. There isn't. It's just stupidity, and we keep doing the same things because we've always done them.
You've utterly bamboozled me and flabbergasted me beyond words.
It's almost not opinion. It's fact, I think.
Yeah, it's just it's just better.
Imagine that. Imagine that instead of getting up on that Sunday and thinking, oh God, I'm really struggling to get up on the Monday, knowing that on that Monday going back in, you're in work. A lot of people are in work. Not everybody, but a lot of people are. That 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. gone. And even if you're not in work, it means your tea gets here quicker. So, everyone loves that. Tea time's arrived an hour early.
And yeah, no one can... The only person that... I'm trying to think of who would be a bit pissed off by that. Can't think.
People who don't like joy.
Yeah. Tories. But what I will say is it's reminding me of something that I was thinking of the other day, and it pissed me off because it was New Year's the other day. I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't know if anyone knows that happened.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so New Year happened, right?
Yeah.
I fucking hate it that New Year happens on from December to January. That crossing over period. I think that's bullshit.
Okay. When would you have it?
March.
I like that. Why March?
Springtime, New Year. Also, why the fuck is October the 10th month? Because Oct means 8. And why is December the 12th month when Dece means 10?
Look, let's sort it all out now, right? The clocks go forward on a Monday. We'll move round October, because that's stupid. New Year's going to be in March. I think the working week is stupid. The 5 days working, 2 days off. I think we should make that at least 4-3. And to be 4 days off, 3 days in work. Is there anything else we need to do? I don't know whether...
No,
Get rid of the Tory government, and is that part of
we'll get to that in a bit. but I just think January should be the 11th month, and February should be the 12th month.
I like that.
And March should be the first month, because then it makes sense. Because December would be the 10th month, cunt, and then the October will be the 8th month, and Sept will be the. Will that be the 6th? Sure, why not?
We can move them around though. It doesn't have to be in the same order. Who says it has to be in the same order?
I just think just for it making sense, in a language term.
Yeah,
I know there's a reason for that. I know they added those extra months because they wanted to make it all line up with how the fuck lunar and all that shit. But it's just have the year start when spring starts and have the months make sense, and then have the clock go forward in the middle of the day so you don't have to work so much, and just pay us double the amount for our wage.
All of these are a yes for me.
Yeah.
We just carry on doing things because we've always done them that way, and we don't question it and look at it and go, this is fucking stupid. Why are we doing this for? Someone have the balls just to put the clocks forward at 3 o'clock on a Monday and to change when New Year is. Come on.
Yeah. Just say, what are you going to do about it? I've done it now. What are you going to change it back?
It's done. It's done now. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
They've already done it. If you change it back, you're a dickhead.
Yeah, why would you change it back?
I put all this work in. You're gonna take that back?
No, because what's the point?
What's the agenda here?
There's no point. The only reason you'd change it back is because, we always used to do it like that. Well, we moved on now. New Year's in March. Get over it.
Yeah. I'm imagining a guy who's got a suit that's been, the pattern of the suit is all big clocks, and he comes out with a giant clock and turns it by hand, and that's the official time changing,
Oh, I'd love that.
To signify. And then we'll have a man dressed as a calendar, and then he'll take his shirt off to show, to fuck off the months or something, and it'll be cool, right, all good.
He's got 12 shirts on and just takes one off each.
Yeah, exactly. Or he just rearranges them.
I love that. Yeah, yes to all of that. I think we've done quite a lot of good work here, I think.
Yeah, we've rearranged space and time.
But it needs it. It needs a reshuffle.
Yeah, it's just you need to rebrand it, don't you?
We do. We've got to move with the times. It doesn't work for us anymore.
It's a dead format, simplify. Just make it work for you. Work smart, not hard, innit?
Maybe we should just do it anyway and see, that. Refuse to accept the clocks have gone forward.
Yeah. Reject social norms.
Yeah,
Celebrate
get fired.
New Year in March. Get sacked. Get really confused. Walk around the first one. Happy New Year. What the fuck are you chatting about?
No, I think we need to.
I'm sure.
When in March? Would you have it at the end of March? So.
Just like 1st of March.
Oh, 1st of March. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's what we need to do then.
I'm sure it's already a thing. I bet there's like a million pagans right now being like, "This is what we've done for millennia." But I don't know this shit. I'm a simple young man.
When's Chinese New Year? That's coming up, isn't it? Is that January?
Yeah, let's have a Google.
Have they done? Because if they've done this, it's going to be really embarrassing that we've just been chatting about this for it. I think theirs is January, so it's not. It's not Feb. They've nearly got it.
The 22nd of January.
Okay, not quite. They need to push it back a month for us to be on board.
Do you know what year it is this year? What animal year it is?
Is it the rabbit?
It is the rabbit. Yeah.
My subconscious has seen that somewhere. That's why I went, is it? Because I don't know.
Well, technically, Google says the water rabbit.
Oh.
So, don't know what that is.
Or just a rabbit that swims about, carts about in the river. A bit of wet rabbit. All right.
Year of the wet rabbit.
I don't think that sounds quite as good as just the rabbit, but...
Yeah, soggy bunny.
Yeah, rabbit for me, I think, would be...
Yeah, just keep it straight.
It's bolder. Let's not change that.
Get rid of the adjective. Don't need it. Was that right? Was that the right... Is that what an adjective is? Did I get that right? Did I fuck it up?
Yeah.
Cool, right.
If we both agree on that, it doesn't matter whether it's right or not. Just confidently say yes, and it's fact.
I mean, we're evolving our new way of living right now, so if that's what we want an adjective to be,
you know what?
Will.
Adjective, I can remember it being a describing word. I remember that from school.
Yeah, I'm googling.
But and I'm going to confess something now to you. This is something that will not stick because I just find no use for it in life, other than when I did a family Christmas quiz. It was Scott's niece who said, "What is a verb?" And I went, "Oh my God." I actually don't know what it is. Coming out in sweats going, "I don't know what a verb is." It won't stick because I don't care.
Yeah, it's not important.
Or a noun. I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. It's fine.
A noun is a thing, right? Because I know they'd be like, a table.
Won't stick. You might as well not have told me that. Ask me that in a week. I won't know because I don't care.
I'm going to ask you that at the end of the show, see if you know.
And I'll go, don't know. But it's a soggy bunny.
I think the concept of time. Should we just put the concept of time and how it needs to be rebranded?
I think you can throw that in as well, but specifically when the clocks go forward. But it all needs a rebrand. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, when the time in which the clocks go forward, going in the sea bin.
Yes.
You got the Twix.
Oh, I'm on my way.
Underrated chocky bar, I'd say. Or biscuit. Did you call it a chocky bar or a chocky biscuit, the Twix?
Either. Love them, though.
It transcends both realms.
Wouldn't be offended at it being called either.
Because is it as divisive as the old Jaffa cake biscuit situation?
I don't mind about that either. I think what I try my best not to get really mad about, and I think a lot of people have this, is what bread is called, like bread roll, bap, barm cake, muffin.
Right, yeah.
That's the one that gets me, and I go, oh no, don't get hooked in. It's just a...
What do you call it?
Barm cake.
Fair play.
I thought you were going to tell me why it wasn't then, and I was going to go, I can't do it.
No.
I can't do this now. I'm not prepared psychologically to resist.
It's all the same. It's not all the same, but the UK is a lovely crucible of subculture,
But that really divides people. Like people in Yorkshire call it a tea cake, and I'm like, a tea cake has currants in. They're like, no, that's a currant tea cake. And then I go,
See, in Cornwall we're a simple folk. We just call it a bread roll.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the old bread roll.
But we get really pissy with Devon about whether the jam goes on first or the clotted cream goes on first of a scone.
Do you mind that? Is that something you're...
Well, here's the thing. I'm a bit like Blade, right? I'm a day walker, right? I'm half Cornish. I'm half Janna.
Oh wow!
And I fight vampires, right? So I could honestly give a fuck because it tastes the same going in, feels the same coming out.
Does it? Have you done that test?
Oh, I have. I was like, well, I'll put it on. I'll give it some time.
Cream first.
Yeah. So, what was it? Yeah. See, this is the thing. I always forget because I was taught both ways. But...
Are you looking this up now? You're looking it up, aren't you? You can't remember.
Yeah.
Outrage.
No, but that's the thing. I'm the best of both worlds. I'm like fucking... I am the Hannah Montana of the Southwest.
I'm trying to remember how I try and do it the easiest way not to get into a mess, which I think is cream spread on first and then dollop jam on.
No,
but
see,
I actually could
the Cornish way is the jam first and cream on top, but I think I do it that way just because...
I find it easier to dollop the jam than dollop the cream, and you could end up trying to dollop the cream and going, oh, I can't get it off, and then trying to wipe it on and just ruining your day because you've then crucified the scone. So
I think the best method is just to take a bite of the cunt and then get a spoonful of jam and a spoonful of cream and just shove it in.
Oh my
and
God,
kind of mix it up on the go.
Drink the cream, shove the jam in, and just stopper it with a scone. Just
Yeah. Have you ever seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
I've not. No. Am I missing out?
Well, it's just like a stoner film where they do this road trip to get some burgers. But there's this bit in the end of the film, spoiler alert, where they get to White Castle and and he puts fries in his mouth and then he opens a ketchup packet and then squirts it into his mouth instead of like dunking the fries in the ketchup. It's that, but with a scone. And I am saying scone, not scone.
I'm saying scone as well. And as I was saying it, I was like, are you saying scone? Are you saying scone? Are we going to have this argument? It's just what I was taught. It was scone. And I think scone posh people say scone. Scone's like, salt of the earth.
To me, it's cone. It's the word cone with an S in front.
Yeah, you're right.
And they'll be like, yeah, but what about gone? Because it rhymes with gone, and gone has O-N-E. I'm like, yeah, but it's literally the word cone with an S. So it's scone.
And also, that it's just correct. So
it is.
Forget your arguments either way. That's just the right way of saying it, I would say.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Right, so we've got 2 in. I'm going to quickly thank my Patreon supporters and my sponsor for this month. And then I'm going to think up some silly questions because I realised as soon as we started recording that I hadn't actually planned a middle section. So we're just going to go from the seat of our bollocks and just make it work.
We can do that.
Thank you to Claire, Aidan, Sean, Adam, James, Cake, Christiane, Froggy Spallbags, Jimmy, Tim, Alex, Sniff, Jochen, CB, Fee and Peg, Rory, E.G. Jimmy, Mark, David, Will, Sarah, Matt, Ollie, Fee, David, Caroline, Dave, Cody, Will. I've got them all mixed up.
Oh my God! Is this all your Patreons? This is incredible. Sorry, I'm just interrupting. Do you know how many Patreons Hello and Hoof have?
1.
None. Carry on. That's what comes of being a host like Baz, who doesn't know anything about his guests and just humiliates them. But you can.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything else. You carry on because I've interrupted this.
And thank you to Cold Press CBD. If you want to try some vegan CBD gummy bears, go to cold-press.io. Use code Simon10, all capitals, for 10% off your first month's order of vegan CBD gummy bears. Independent company, good guys. And it's who cares if it's fake weed? Just stick it in you. It's fine. Makes you feel good, tastes good. No animals in it, laughing.
No raisins.
No raisins.
Oh, God.
At all. But they have a similar texture, but they're not.
No, it's not the same.
Right.
Joy raisins.
So, as I stall to think. See, this is more... Now I feel a bit bazzy now. I feel like I've dropped... I started off all profesh, and now I've dropped the ball by being underprepared.
The thing is, you can get away with it. That's all I'm going to say to you, because you are the consummate professional. You can see this by the way that you present yourself, the way you talk. So,
more charisma.
Yeah, exactly. You said it. Oh, look at all your Patreons you've got. How many are there? That's almost... You're going to... It's getting...
I'm about 30.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I
believe in you.
Considering I haven't like posted anything of any like real content on the Patreon for ages because I've been too busy running a charity shop.
Oh.
But I used to. Maybe I should. Well, I definitely should. That's what they give me money for. So.
They still love you though. They're here. They're hanging on.
Yeah. That's just that's just because they feel sorry for me. They want to make sure I'm all right.
It's working.
But right, yeah. So we're just going to think. It's been a while since I've just reeled off some classic sea bin horrible situationals.
Okay, I'm
so
ready.
we're gonna go for the classic, right? Everyone gets asked this question at some point in their life. I'm sure you've answered it and asked it before, but 100 Shrek-sized ducks or one duck-sized Shrek? No, other way around. One Shrek-sized duck or 100 duck-sized Shreks?
And what is the question here? Do I want to keep...
You're fighting them.
Oh, I'm fighting them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard this, not this, but other things, when you're talking about different animals as well that you can fight. And I just think everyone has an overinflated idea of what they're physically capable of. And I would be killed by both. So which would I rather be killed by? I think
people underestimate their strength. Like when I ask someone how many toddlers they think they could take, they say like 7. I'm like, mate, you could rain down hellfire on at least like 50. That's another question. We'll get to that in a bit. I'll ask that next. But yeah, Shreks. Hit me with the Shrek.
Shrek-sized duck. Just take me out with one blow and I'll be dead. It's fine.
Just one peck of his fucking tombstone-sized.
I think so, and I'd be happy with that. I'd just be. Would you
just stand there like Jesus Christ pose, just like accepting your fate?
Yeah, I would. I'd just say, there's no point us having a fight. I don't want to, if, in exchange for me not having a fight with you and causing you any harm, can you just make sure it's swift and, as painless as possible?
The duck pecks you and then shreds you and puts you in a pancake.
I'd be happy with that. Yeah, be fine with that.
How do you like it? Like, I never did it. Again, right. So we'll move on to the question that I already blurted out. How many toddlers? If they came one at a time, so like 1 and then 2 and then 3. In waves.
I reckon I could psych them out though. This is the thing with toddlers. This isn't about physical ability. I could do the stare and that. Yeah, outside the toddler, take them out. So I think it's how long am I going to be able to do that before I tire out? I think 27.
20. I think more.
Do you think? I think at 27, if you think it might take a minute or so to do each, this is over half an hour now that you've been doing this.
A minute for a toddler? That's one clap.
Yes.
That's one stiff backhand.
I would do most of the work with just the stare and the eyes. They'd be psyched out, unnerved. Then I'd take them with one blow and... Pick
one up and use them as a fucking...
A weapon for the... I mean, yeah, you could do. A bit like when you have mussels and you use the shells to then pick out others. You could do that with the top. Take one out properly and just grab his ankles, just use him to take the others out. And that would psych them out as well because they're thinking, I'm up for a fight. Hell. She's already got a toddler that she's taken out and she's using it as a weapon like I am a little mussel. And I build them up like shells by the side of me, so that'd psych them out even more. But about 27, I'd start going, you know what? I could do the little sit down now.
What if you had like a handheld like melee weapon?
What are we talking here? What sort of...
Well, you choose. If you had a weapon of your choice, how many more do you think you could take out?
It'd be quite nice, I think, just to have a cannon. That you could sit down, have a little sit down, just pull I don't know what you do. I'm going to say pull a lever. I know that's not how it works, but on my cannon, just pull a lever. And as they're just coming towards me, and the cannon would just take them out. And I'd do that.
They would have to be in a straight line though, wouldn't they?
That's the only thing, that you're right. I'd maybe have a rifle as well, just in case it misses any.
I was thinking more melee, not like assault weaponry. Like a baseball bat, or, like a sword.
Okay. That's a lot of work, though, and I'm tired, so I don't feel like that's going to help matters.
I feel like a scythe, you can mow them down like hay.
Can I have a sling? Is that like a slingshot? Is that allowed?
Like Dennis the Menace?
Yeah, but maybe quite a big one, put another toddler in it and pull that back.
Yeah, all right. I was going to say that requires dexterity and precision.
It's still a lot of work,
isn't it? You can just flail around.
It's still a lot of work. I'm going to say 27. Sticking with 27.
All right, cool.
Unless I can have a cannon.
Yeah, that's. I'll give you a cannon, but you got to reload it yourself. You got to stuff your own deceased toddlers into the cannon.
Nah, forget it. It's 27. Just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that. It's admirable.
Give it a good shot.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think now. Oh yeah, would you sink in the? Oh god, I forgot this one.
Oh, I love it already. What's this? What on earth are you going to ask me?
Piss in the sink or sink in the piss?
Piss in the sink, or sink? What's sink in the piss? What do you mean by that? You mean
just sink in a vat of piss?
Do I want to take a piss in a sink, or do I want to sit in a vat of piss? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
This is the question. I will piss in a sink. I don't think this is a question. That's not an option.
The question is stupid, but it just it's got a good vibe to it.
It has. I've ruined it just by grilling you to go. Am I really understanding this correctly? I've ruined it.
It's just like
I apologise.
It feels almost philosophical. It almost feels philosophical in its stupidity. So look, mate, you either piss in the sink or you sink in the piss.
It is. I've never heard anyone say that, but now I want to say it so that people go, what? And then just move really quickly on. And you've unnerved them and they're like, why did I not get that? Is it, I don't understand.
It will trouble them for ages. They'll be like, hold on, did she said the fucking piss?
Sink in the piss in the... Yeah, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that at work.
Yeah, do
Look,
it.
guys, you got to piss in the sink or sink in the piss and just walk off.
Yeah.
Do it.
Here's one I haven't thrown out for a while, but poos for shoes or shoes for poos.
Oh, this is good. Now, this is good. Yeah. Look, I'm going to be honest. I really don't want to wear poos for shoes. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So the
no
question...
one does.
No one does. And it matters to me. It matters a lot. The question is, could I poo out a shoe? That's the question here. And...
Are you physically capable of withstanding that level of traumatic
every
rectal
time
breaching?
I had a shit, it is actually a shoe. I think I'd get used to it. And... yeah, I think I'd poo shoes.
I feel like if you were born with that ability, it would scale up as you grow older. Don't know why I said that like fucking... like
Go older!
Yeah, like, as you know, when you're a kid, it just comes out as a, whatever, little booty. And then as you get older, like, it scales up to the shoes you're wearing. I think, your body would adjust to that. You just develop a really hard and wide arsehole. But I think if tomorrow you woke up and there was a Chuck Taylor hanging out your fucking batty crease, it's not gonna do well for you, is it? Like,
it'd be painful, yeah. But I think you could kind of keep it to yourself in some ways. Where if you've got poos for shoes, you're rocking up into work and they're like, Helen is literally wearing a shit on her feet. Someone needs to say something.
I couldn't keep it to myself.
Are you a shoe for poo or a poo for shoe? What do you think?
I think I'd have to, because I'm a well decorated and respected
you are,
shiter.
Yeah. Oh,
so I think
I just agreed to it before you said it.
What do you think I was going to say?
I just thought you were going to say you were a well presented young man. I was going to say yes, but you went somewhere else.
Too.
But okay,
that too. But there was, people know me around here. Yeah. I've done a few shits in my time. People know me. I think I could probably get the job done with little adjustment.
Oh, okay. So no one would know that you were just pooing shoes this whole time.
But the thing is, I know I'd tell people because every time I shit my pants, I'd say it on here.
Yeah, I think I'd be like...
I said it on Shout Louder. I went on a podcast called the Hey Poopy Podcast.
Oh, wow.
To talk about how many times I've shat my pants on stage.
Oh, wow. Have you?
Yeah.
How many times?
At least 2.
That is incredible. At least 2. That means you can't quite remember some others. Is that right? Or were they just borderline? Like, was it, or did I just?
Yeah, some of them are an edge case. Like it comes out and it doesn't really quite leave the crack, and you can kind of clean up without having to discard your britches.
Sharted, but not quite a full on soil.
Yeah, I caught it halfway.
Okay, and are we aware that it was happening when you were on stage? Were you like, I have to shit myself?
I was like, I've got the bubbly gut. I'm gonna risk it, and then like I kind of checked myself before I wrecked myself, right. And I literally, as it was escaping, I was like, sucked it back in.
Did you mention it? Did you in the gig? Were you like, look, guys?
I mean, not at the time. Not at the time.
Oh right, okay. I think I would.
I just go on podcasts later on down the line.
I mean,
I'm trying to rid myself of the shame. It's like a baptism.
It is, and shame hides in the shadows. So as soon as we start talking about stuff, it's not shameful anymore. It's only when we don't talk about it that we feel shame. We should all talk about how we've shit ourselves in situations more. I never have on stage. Have done on Market Street on going to the Arndale on the way to work once. So that's me. I always do that in like a if you ever play like a game of would I lie to you stuff, and I'll not met people before, and I just put that in there. Shit myself on Market Street once, and they're like, oh, that can't be the one, and it is, and we should talk about it more.
But the thing is, now that you said it here, because everyone listens to the show, that's never going to be a fun fact again. People go, oh yeah, we know. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to. It's old, to be honest, so a lot of people have heard it. It's not.
Need a new fact.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share my other secrets with you, but that's an old one that I used to get out quite a bit.
You keep it in. You keep it in there.
No, you keep it in.
One last question. Oh, you don't tell. You're my mum. One last one, and then we're going to crack on with more bins. But this is another classic C-bin question, which is: would you rather are you a tea drinker or a piss drinker? Are you a tea drinker or a coffee drinker?
Wow, I drink piss, tea, and coffee. Not all at once. Coffee. That's my thing. Coffee.
Cool. Right. So you see why I slipped up now, right? You have the ability to piss. Every time you piss, it comes out as like perfectly brewed, delicious coffee.
Yeah.
Perfectly edible or drinkable. It's, food, standard quality, good stuff. Or every time you take a shite, it's your favourite flavour of ice cream, but it comes out rock hard.
Now, for me, listening to you broke up then, and I think what you were saying is every time I take a shit, it comes out like ice cream. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but it is ice cream, and it's delicious, and it's your favourite flavour.
Coffee, and the reason being is, even if I was shitting ice cream and pissing coffee, just psychologically, I don't think I'd be filling up a cup or getting a cone back there, because I have just shit it out or pissed it out. So I'd probably find it easier to drink my pissy coffee than I would my shitty ice cream. Psychologically, that's
fair play. I know a lot of these questions were very almost like I was trying to get like a kink thing out of you. But no, honestly, that's just what the people say.
I wasn't thinking that at all, and now I'm like, oh right, okay.
I'm not collecting sound bites for like dark web websites or anything.
That's fine if you are, because I've already said it now. What a fool! Yeah. What an idiot!
For free, but anyway. So thank you for
thank you for those sound bites.
Thank you for answering those pressing questions. So third bin. What's the third bin? Hit me with the third bin.
Okay. The idolisation of youth by Western society. And what I mean by that is, it's all in the West just constantly feeling like we're old before we ever are. And because we just idolise youthful stuff rather than idolising wisdom or ageing. It's like seen as something that we really don't want. We have to try and be as young as possible for as long as possible. And I remember when I was younger, like people who were turning 18 were going, I'm old now, or 21, I'm old now, I'm 25, I'm old now, and everything. I was like, you're perpetually spending your whole life saying that it's over. It's just rubbish. It's just what society has infiltrated our brains and made us think we're old when we're not. I'd like that to go in, please.
I think I needed to hear that because I have been feeling, I don't know, because my body, right, my body is kind of betraying me. Like every day I wake up and it's just another level of fucked,
What's it
I've
do?
got muscle problems,
okay.
I've got lymphatic system problems, I'm like, I got fucking Crohn's disease, I'm shitting my pants on the daily, not on the daily, but you know what I mean, it's metaphorically.
On the reg.
And enough for it to be like, considered above average. My back hurts, my fucking head hurts, my feet hurt.
Okay.
And I'm 31 now, which is still a young man,
It is.
But in my old job, now it's totally it's mental because now all my staff are in their 80s. But in my old job, all my staff were like in their 20s, and they all looked up to me like I was a fucking mummy. Like they I might as well have just been like broken out of the fucking ice like a caveman, and I started believing it. I was like believing my own hype that I was this old man, and I was over the hill and it was all done, and my glory days and my prime was behind me, and it was all downhill. And I started noticing I'm thinning like in one part of my hair, and I'm like, oh fuck's sake, mate, just fucking put me on the gallows. It's all over. And I think I needed to hear that it's not all over. I'm still alright.
And you know, all these, you know, sort of things that you're talking about that are, you know, they are to do with the aging process, and we shouldn't shy away from that. We change as we age and as we grow, but rather than sort of celebrating the fact that we do change, and it's a sign that we've survived and that we're growing older and sometimes wiser, sometimes not, but, you know, rather than celebrating that, we see it as a signal that, like you say, oh, we're over the hill, and it's not. And I think we buy into it, especially in the West, and we end up making ourselves miserable over something that isn't true. It's just something that gets put out there by the media so that we go and buy stuff to make ourselves look younger or feel younger or be younger or feel like we're not enough. And if that's happening when we're even sort of 17 or 18 years old, I don't know if you remember people who were that sort of age when you were that age going, oh, I'm old now, I'm 18. You think it's just nonsense. It just makes us feel shit. And it's, you know, we do change as we grow older. And why is that not, why is it not like hair thinning? You're thinking, God, you know what? I've made it to whatever age it is, and I'm here, rather than it being a sign that you are getting older. Why do we not have that? You know, that's what I'd love. I'd love us to. I mean, it's difficult, but I'd love us to bin that. So we're not idolising youth. We idolise the idea of growing older, of still surviving and being here, and wisdom and aging, and just celebrating that. That would be ace. We'd also feel a lot less shit about ourselves. And also, I think it's true. I think you're not over the hill when you're 18, 21, 25, 30, 40, 50. You're not. You're alive and you're here. We should be celebrating it.
I think that's... I never felt so motivated in all my time.
Yes, I can't wait to get older. I want those grey hairs. I want wrinkles.
Yeah. You're only over the hill when you finally give up on climbing it.
Is that have you made that up now, or is that a thing? I love it.
I just made that. I made that off the top of my head.
Love it. I love that. Let's do that. That'll be at the top of our calendar. You know, with that starts in the 1st of March. That'll be at the top of that.
Yeah, the quote of the year to live by.
Yeah, and there'll be pictures in that calendar of, you know, different people with, like, maybe they've got a bit of thinning hair, but they're feeling good about themselves. Wrinkles, just really enjoying themselves, doing stuff. Still enjoying life.
I really feel like, kind of a tangent here, because you made me think about calendars, but I really think that there should be a calendar made, maybe by TNS or something, where we just get a bunch of punks and then we just do naked photo shoots and do, like, you know, in the old days you'd have a nudie calendar, and I think we should do that, but with punks in the scene.
And they could maybe be answering some of your questions. So you could have, like, a really cool photo of you stood there, just sort of, you know, confidently stood there, and it would have your name, and then it would say, you know, would you rather shit ice cream or piss coffee, and have your little answer at the bottom. And you'd have everyone answering those questions. That'd be great.
You know what? I might send Andy Davies a message and be like, look, mate, C-bin, TNS, fucking, you know, whatever it's called, collaboration, naked punks.
And you could maybe have, you know, like, say if you'd chosen ice cream rather than coffee, you could have a cheeky sort of ice cream, you know, covering things up so that it was still, like, tasteful but funny, cheeky.
I can imagine Ben Hanna from Nosebleed with, like, a banana split over his sausage.
He'd probably have an egg in a pint over his sausage. I don't know how he'd work that into a... Yeah, he would. He'd love it. Well, he'd be up for it, wouldn't he? Definitely be in for that.
Yeah, he'd do it. I don't know how else he'd do it.
I know our drummer would, Andy Dawson. He said before...
Get Jim Bob from Pizza Tramp. I've seen his dick more times than I've seen my own, I feel, at this point.
Yeah, I did. I was listening to... one of the episodes. I think you've done more than one. I was listening to one of those when he sent you a picture of it in a group chat though, apparently. But still, he still sent it. But yeah,
he sent me a picture of his knob on a plate with a pizza slice on it.
Yeah, that's. He sounds like he'd be up for being a part of the calendar, to be honest.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was quite funny.
It's a good job. It wasn't traumatising at all.
No, it was fine. It was just like, oh, look at that knob. But then,
look at that.
So let's not talk about.
That's not the reaction that you want to that. Look at that.
No, I wasn't like, oh, look. Yeah. I should probably get off the topic of other punks' penises and listen to this and be like, fucking hell, Si, you've jumped the shark on this one. But just because of how because I've been feeling a bit grim about it, and I get a bit morose, and I feel like, outside of the show, I feel like my moroseness is kind of my borderline personality trait. It kind of comes with my level of stoicism or whatever.
I can relate to that, yeah.
But I do feel like I've actually taken that on board, and I feel a little bit better about the fact that it's okay. I'm going to be all right. It's fine.
Yeah, you are.
It's fine.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's lovely. I feel like I want to do one. I need someone to come and burp me.
It hurt. Like, I proper felt my throat flaps like punch each other on the way out. Then.
I saw your lips kind of flapped as well, like in Simpsons.
Like...
it was going out. It was great.
Yeah, I felt it too, and it smelled. I had to say that bit.
What did it smell of?
Ruined it. It smelled like barbecue meat feast pizza from Iceland.
Oh wow! Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's a scent I could get on board with.
Yeah, like sweet, overly sweet, sugary barbecue sauce base meat and throat juice. But anyway, yeah. So it's going in the bin. I'm gonna stop stalling. Yes! It's going in the bin. Listen for the splash. You got the trio.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing. Now I'm pissed off now because you were right. You did manifest it at the beginning, and I was so sure that I was going to trip you up on something. But you were so cocky, and here we are getting cocked because right. I'm going to preface this next one with saying that me and you have had lengthy text conversations about this.
Yeah.
Because at the start of the show, there's the trash rule, right? Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all goes dumped in the trash. Blair!
Yeah,
and then
that.
Onwards.
Sing on.
But it's a good one, if I don't say so myself, and I did. But, anything related or adjacent to anything connected to the trash rule is already in the bin. And I did this for a reason, because I thought, well, I won't waste any time talking to people about how Nazis are bad and how Tories are bad, because they're already in the bin and it's already baseline. But there's been a lot of new sort of Tory shenanigans happening lately, and it's been a little bit too much for you to bear, and you just wanted to rant about it and you didn't care that it was already in, and I said I'd give you the crack.
Okay, so when I first asked about putting the Tories in the sea bin, I had not fully digested the trash roll. So I've been singing along to that at the start of the show and hadn't really just sort of thought, what does that mean? Which is essentially, if something is transphobic, racist, ableist, anti-Semitic, sexist, homophobic, it's already in the bin. So when you told me that, I thought, so they're obviously, Tories are already in the bin. They're already in.
They're already in.
And then I thought about it and I thought, well, no, I you know what? I would like to pull them out of the bin, and I want to pull out... I don't want to talk about the parts of the Tory party that are all these things, that are transphobic, racist, ableist, anti-Semitic, sexist, homophobic. It's not that. It's not that bit. I want to talk about how irritating they are to me at the moment. So, and it's not things that are to do with any of those things that are in the trash rule. It's purely because of how irritating they are being, and I'll go into some detail about that. But in fact, I'll do it now. Let's just do it now. I feel like look, they've been around for ages. I try and ignore them as much as I can. They depress the hell out of me. They embody all of those things that are to do with the trash rule, and I just feel like they're like a little annoying child that wants attention and just says the most stupid things to try and get your attention. So it's like, oh, can we make maths compulsory to study until age 18? No, you fucking can't. That'd be so ridiculous. How is that going to work in life? Oh, can we stop people striking because the minimum amount of services that we need to run the country aren't going to be... they're not going to be able to sustain that. So can we stop them striking? No, we can't. Don't be so fucking stupid. Go and play with your brother. You know, the whole point of striking is to show... to show that... You know, we need those services, so no, we can't put that in place. All right then, Mum. Well, can I take a private jet to Leeds? No, you fucking can't take a private jet to Leeds. You know, so what I would like to do is all those things I've just mentioned, none of them are specifically to do with the trash rule. They're just fucking stupid and really irritating, and they keep popping up. So what I would like to do is I would like to pull the Tory party back out of the sea bin. I'd like to pull them right out. And I'd like to.
Let's do a sound effect.
I'd like to slam. Well, I've actually got some sound effects myself, and I'm gonna talk you through this as well because I feel like we need to pull them out. We need to slam dunk them back in, and when that flushing noise is going on, and what I want you to think, what I want everyone to think about is, and I can do the sound effect here, is maybe when they're all going in, you can maybe hear Rishi Sunak going. And I just want you to, I want you to envisage him. I want you to envisage him with his shitty little suit. Maybe he's clutching like a book that's like maths for age 16 to 18, just reaching out like that. And he's going, And then while that's happening, you have a and we just imagine the whole fucking Tory party going in. And I think that, you know what, on a cold January day, we've got Blue Monday coming up on Monday. It's the most fucking depressing time of year. We're all still traumatised from fucking COVID and lockdown, never mind the fact of all this cost of living crisis. I think we need them to go in. I think we want them to go in. I think you need them to go in and want them to go in. I think that everybody who's listening to this, and I'll promise I'll do the sound effects if we put them in, and they can imagine the whole Tory party, and they can imagine Rishi going in, and they will feel infinitely more joyful, and hopefully you'll get some more Patreons. So that's what I'm hoping.
You know, right? Got couple rebuttals.
Okay.
Not really much rebuttals, more just comments on that.
Do you have any sound effects to go with your rebuttals, just so I'm prepared?
Yeah, I'll do some. But first one is, I was very good. I was very entertained by that. Simmer down. Calm, you know.
I'm raging.
Don't bust a nut over it. Probably the wrong word to say. When you pulled out the slide whistle, I thought it was a straw, and I thought it was going to do like a blah, 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 in like a bucket, you know, like in a glass of water.
I can do that. I've got a straw as well. If that helps, we can do that.
I've got water. I'm going to take a sip, and I'm going to gargle it like he's, you know, like I'm going to do him drowning
he's going
in the water.
Down. We need
and
this.
Then you do the whistle. Right, okay, so hold on, let me get a mouthful.
Am I doing this first or afterwards? Oh, you've got the mouthful of water. I'm just going to have to guess now. And you can just see his shit, you know, like the fucking shitty little shoes and his two short pants. This is just Rishi Sunak. We're just concentrating on him at the moment. And in his socks, you'd see them just disappear. That's it. The last of him.
His little white vest. Have you seen that video of him raving?
No, I try not.
He's all peeled out.
I just try not to directly look at it. It's like directly looking at the sun and burning the retinas out your eyes. But you still, and this is the thing. So I'm trying not to look at it. I'm trying to just get on with my life. And then this fucking stupid shit, like he's taking a bloody private jet to Leeds. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. Who's looking after him? Someone's let him out. And the rest of who was supposed to be looking after him when he took a fucking jet to Leeds? Anyway, yeah, so I'm not...
Someone's getting sacked.
I'm not keen on them, if I'm honest with you. And I feel like we need this. We need to pull them out and slam dunk them back in for being irritating. That's it. None of the other stuff. I'm not talking about any of the substantial stuff that they do, just for being so fucking irritating, and they keep popping up with irritating, stupid shit. So, done.
Done. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's already in the bin, so in it goes. Bang.
Yes! Are we doing that? We've got to do the sound effects though now.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
So hang on, stop. Before you do the water, were you supposed to do the water first and then the whistle, or am I doing the whistle and then the water?
I thought it was like a simultaneous
All right,
job.
well, let's do it. And everyone's got to imagine the whole party, and they've got to especially just imagine the fear on Rishi's face in his shitty little suit. Okay, let's go. Fucking bastards, get in there. Brilliant.
Choked.
It was worth it.
It was. Brilliant. Good work.
Good work. Well done, everyone.
You got the Kit Kat.
But I'm elated. I'm absolutely delighted.
I'm not going to lie and say that wasn't an easy one to finish off on.
Well,
but if anyone was going to do the rant, it had to be you, didn't it?
I don't think I've made it clear that I'm not keen on them before, to be honest. But everyone knows now.
Considering our first interaction ever was me being like, when you were ranting about Maggie Thatcher, that pissed off some old people.
Yeah. What a joy.
Come full circle.
What joy.
What a time to be alive. What a timeline. Well, excuse me, I'm all full of water now. There's another one. Thanks for coming on, Helen.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it.
I've enjoyed it so much. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lovely time. What's your band up to now then? What's going on with you boys?
We are recording an album at the moment, which should be out this year, but when? Who knows? We've recorded it and we're just in the process of mixing it, and none of us know what we're doing, so we're just sort of playing around with it and going, that doesn't sound right, I don't know why, but enjoying it. So yeah, and then we've got some gigs lined up for this year, but I've not released the dates of those yet, but I'm going to be doing that in the next few weeks, so it's going to be great to get back out, playing some songs, screaming and talking nonsense. That's what it's all about, so looking forward to it.
Everyone go check out Smoking Gun and the Big Tit.
That is maybe that will call our album that. Yeah.
I don't do it. But yeah, go check out Smoking Gives You Big Tits. Go watch them live. Just support your local angry band.
Yes, absolutely. No matter who they are.
Yeah, and every time you go on a podcast, you bring some amazing prop, whether it's frying an egg on the Shout Louder podcast or bringing a slide whistle.
It's all that. This is last minute. Somebody gave me this earlier this week, and I was like, "This is just I'm gonna be obsessed with this for the next few weeks, and then I'll forget about it."
Just keep it in one of your socks and pull it out.
Just pull it out. Yeah. It is. It's a lot of fun. The cats hate it, but who cares?
Who cares what cats think? Anyway, thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening, guys. Take it easy. Check out the Patreon, please. I'll see you next week. Cheers, Helen. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's me, Big Tasty. I just wanted to say cheers for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you feel so inclined, you should come check out my Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month, and you get weekly exclusive video tier lists and monthly mail-outs with things such as stickers and fabric patches, zines and art prints. Hey, and if you can't spare the money right now, I totally understand. No pressure. I'm going to keep making episodes regardless. But if you can support financially, it really helps the show. Just keep moving on. And then another way you can help is just to follow us on stuff like Twitter and Instagram at Seaburn Podcast and share it around to people that you think might like this filthy shit. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.